The Gambler's Ruin Project, where the odds get cracked. English Premier League Round 34.
Welcome back to the Gambler's Ruin Project, powered by SmartBet AI technology. I'm Anna, here with Dominic and Kateryna. We're your go-to squad for data-driven football insight, powered by SmartBet AI. This week, we're diving into two fixtures with massive implications: Chelsea versus Everton and Brighton versus West Ham.
Two blue battles with more layers than a Roy Hodgson press conference. We've got rain, model disagreements, tactical chaos, classic Premier League madness.
And remember, this episode is AI generated and meant for informational purposes only. Gambling can be addictive. Please bet responsibly. This video is not intended as financial or legal advice, and AI is just one tool of several you should use when evaluating soccer matches. Always consider multiple factors before placing bets.
Perfectly said. Now let's dive into the data and see what the models are cooking up this week.
Let's kick it off in West London, where Chelsea are playing host to an Everton side that's been punching above their weight recently.
Chelsea have the higher Elo, 1590.93 to Everton's 1511.12. But as we know, this Blues squad has been more unpredictable than my crypto portfolio.
And it's not just about team strength. Let's check the weather and fitness levels before we get too deep.
Saturday morning at Stamford Bridge, we're looking at temperature 60 degrees Fahrenheit, real feel 57. Conditions, mostly cloudy with a 25% chance of rain. Winds, 9 miles per hour, gusting up to 13. Humidity, 68%, so it's a bit muggy and not ideal for high-tempo play.
Now the squads. Chelsea are a walking injury report. Gusto, Guiu, Kellyman, Fofana, all out or doubtful. Mudryk suspended for doping. Fofana is out until July. That's big. Everton aren't faring much better. Tarkowski is a doubt. Calvert-Lewin might return, but he's one sprint away from another setback. Bottom line, both teams are limited in depth, which makes this a likely grind. Poisson regression says Chelsea, 1.26 expected goals. Everton, 1.02 expected goals. Bootstrap confirms. Chelsea, 1.27 goals. Confidence interval 0 to 4. Everton, 1.01 goals. Confidence interval 0 to 3.
Our random forest leans draw. XG Boost and MLP both say Chelsea. And yet the Monte Carlo simulation, 10,000 simulated matches, comes back with one result, leading the pack 1-1 draw.
So once again, the models don't completely agree, but the consensus is close match, likely under 2.5 goals.
Here's what we like. Draw no bet Chelsea. Correct scores, 1-1 or 2-1 Chelsea. Both teams to score, yes, has value. Stay away from the over 2.5 unless you're feeling reckless.
One set piece, one deflection, and boom! Everton are back in it. Play it safe.
Time for a quick explainer. What exactly are Elo ratings and why do they matter?
Elo ratings started in chess, but work brilliantly in football. Each team starts at 1,500. You gain or lose points based on performance your opponent's rating.
Draw against Man City. You gain more than if you beat a bottom dweller. It captures you beat, not just you did.
SmartBet AI even adjusts Elo for injuries, so if you're missing 3 starters, your real strength takes a hit.
So it's a dynamic form tracker and arguably a better predictor than league position.
On to the Seaside, where Brighton take on West Ham. This one's got all the weather you could ask for: wind, rain, and a slick pitch.
Brighton are slight favourites in Elo 1,536 versus 1,480. Poisson models give Brighton 1.8 goals, West Ham 1.5.
Bootstrap simulation mirrors that, and the Monte Carlo again says 1-1 draw.
That's 3 model systems hinting at another low-scoring affair.
And West Ham are underdogs on paper, but they might thrive in sloppy conditions. Brighton are without key defenders, and wind neutralises high lines.
Here's how we play it. Correct score 1-1 or 2-1. Brighton BTTs? Yes. Draw or West Ham double chance. Avoid totals unless you're leaning under 2.5.
If you're betting overs in 20 mph gusts, just know you're betting on chaos.
2 matches, 2 tactical chessboards, and models in conflict.
Which for bettors means opportunity, but only if you're disciplined.
Trust the models, but trust your prep even more. Context is king.
That wraps this episode of Like, Subscribe, and join us next week for the Manchester Derby preview. Until then, bet smart, stay sharp, see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Gambler's Ruin Project. Remember, our content is for informational purposes only, and all predictions are AI generated. Gambling can be addictive, so please bet responsibly. If you or someone you know needs help with gambling addiction, here are resources that can provide support. North America, contact the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700, available 24/7 for confidential help. UK. Reach out to National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or visit begambleaware.org for information and support. Bet smart, bet safe, and as always, remember to keep things fun and balanced. We'll see you next week for more insights. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more AI-driven insights and pro betting tips each week. See you next time. This content is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The predictions and insights provided by the Gambler's Ruin Project, powered by SmartBet AI technology, are generated using statistical models and historical data. These predictions do not guarantee outcomes and should not be considered financial or betting advice. Gambling can be addictive. Please bet responsibly and only wager what you can afford to lose. If you or someone you know is struggling with gambling addiction, seek help from professional support services. Legal notice. This content does not constitute an offer to participate in gambling. The Gambler's Ruin Project does not operate as a bookmaker or betting service and does not encourage gambling. All users are responsible for complying with local laws and regulations regarding sports betting and gambling-related content in their respective jurisdictions. The Gambler's Ruin Project, where the odds get cracked.